off the crossbar. Switch to left field and down for a base hit.
Hunterdon Central is going to win the state finals here tonight.
Mark it on the board. Touchdown, Red Devils. On the deflection. On the deflection. Hunterdon Central.
Welcome to this HCTV broadcast of softball. I'm Bryce Cohen alongside Tyler Rodriguez here at Hunterdon Central Regional High School. Today we have more playoff softball. Hunterdon Central hosting Woodbridge here today. It's a bit of a drizzly one here today, a bit chilly. Tyler, how are you feeling today? What can we expect out of this matchup?
Well, as the Stefano deals first pitch, Central 3rd seed facing Woodbridge, the 11th seed. Obviously, Central should be favorite to get here. Obviously, you had to win the first round, beat Franklin 9-0 on Tuesday. Woodbridge is coming off, a huge win for them in the first round too against Scotts Plains. They won 14-2 in their first round. So both teams coming off of big wins in the first round, but it's gonna have to. One of the teams can lose here. The run won't be ended in this quarterfinal matchup. It's a big game. Both teams will be up for it. I hope for a good game. Hopefully the weather can hold too.
So a high pitch there, and like you said, winner moves on, loser sadly ends their season here today. But so we have number 8 Racket here starting off for Woodbridge. Woodbridge, one of the keys, so we have a strike there. One of the keys from the winning to this game today is not only pitching around this really lethal lineup for Hunterdon Central, but making few defensive errors. Playing perfect softball against a team like this as she goes down swing for the first strikeout.
Yes, Racket averaging 344 on the year, but obviously Stefano now gets her 148th strikeout of the year. Bryce has a 1.48 ERA. She's just lights out. She's been only giving up 89 hits in the game against Franklin. As a team, Central only gave up 1 hit, and Julia Pfeiffer and Sarah Stefano pitched that one. As
Vanessa Morales steps up at the play here, dealt a first pitch strike there.
Yeah, she's batting 351, 44, 491 slugging, I should say.
Second pitch, called strike.
Homer on the year too for her. 6 RBIs as well.
Yeah, absolutely. She's piecing together an amazing season, and hopefully she can continue that today with a victory over here. It's that one. Yeah, Tyler, hopefully this rain kind of holds off this afternoon because we just started this broadcast here today, and it would be very upsetting as that's a ball called high, counting out 2-2.
Yeah, it'll be terrible to say the least for
absolutely to come out all this way.
Yeah, especially for Woodbridge, you would have to feel for them.
Payoff pitch. Back, and that's
what I was
second
saying.
out.
It's about this surface. It's the field a bit easier to field at times, sometimes harder, but that time just definitely able to field it with ease and just make it easy out.
Absolutely. We need to think of it like a traditional baseball field and the way that baseball bounces. You got to watch out for weird hops, but when you see the balls kind of die as soon as they hit the surface. So absolutely valid point there. As first pitch straight to the shortstop. That's third out.
She will not be batting either. Zota Taro will be Samantha Del Hoyo batting for her, but she's good in that flex role, as you could say.
And so a 1-2-3 first inning as Hunterdon Central gets ready to begin batting here this afternoon. Wait for the sun to come out, right, Tyler?
Hopefully soon, Bryce, but Central hopefully will need a, like you said, up first for the first time. They're going to need to get a good start to this game, get control of it, and starts with getting the bats going early
Absolutely.
on. Emily Walsh leading off for them. She's averaging 311, 393 slugging.
Yep.
Gets on base a lot.
Speedy, very speedy.
Yeah, she scored 19 runs in the year as well.
And not just a great softball player, great basketball player too, for anybody who tuned in for the winter.
Yep, we
playing
her
point
as well.
guard for the women's basketball team here at Hunterdon Central.
Yes, very good indeed.
So for Emily Walsh here, key, get on base and get the runs flowing here.
Yeah, after that, obviously both of them averaging well over 400. Del Hoyo 623 slugging, DeStefano 676 slugging. But Samantha Del Hoyo recently got her 100th hit. Huge accomplishment for her.
Absolutely. Another name to look out for today, Emily Van Cleef, who was named the Hunterdon Warren Sussex Tournament MVP as a freshman as well. She's been very...
Yeah, she won the game against Sparta, only won that one.
Absolutely. She's been playing very great as of late, and she hopes to continue.
She went 5 for 5 that game, a couple doubles, a home run in that game. Great day for her.
Absolutely.
And she's forced her way into the lineup. Wasn't in it early on, but was able to get into that team. If anyone who read the article on NJ.com, you'd see about her.
Absolutely.
Great perseverance.
As Walsh steps up to the plate here. First pitch, ball high. Count 1-0. Pitch called strike. Down the bunt. And the speedy Emily Walsh advances on the first at bat of the
game. Do that
game.
a lot this year, and especially with the surface, like you said, kind of dies, uses that to advantage, able to reach with a little bit of a bunt for the single. So great spot for Del Hoyo here. No outs, runner on.
And so Emily Walsh successfully steals second base there. And now you have a running and scoring position on just the second plate appearance of the game here.
Her 5th stolen base of the year as Del Hoyo steps into the box now.
Absolutely. Del Hoyo, powerful hitter.
13 RBIs.
As that one rolls up the middle. And that one's going to be a play at the plate. RBI safe and safe at second. So Hunterdon Central opens it up here 1-0.
14th RBI there, Bryce, for Samantha Del Hoyo. Recently just got her 100th hit. Now gets her 14th RBI. Great year she's having. 28 RBIs, 456 average, 676 slugging. Pitches as well.
That one lined into center. And that one's going to put a runner on first and third. Now a player is on the corners. You have the red-hot Corgilio up to the plate here.
Homered in her last game, Bryce. Went 1 for 2 with a 3-run bomb. And a big win against Franklin 9-0 on Tuesday.
One of the better mechanically good players here at Hunterdon Central in terms of batting. Very meticulous. And overall,
DeStefano 7th.
He's out. It's a swing and a miss there.
It's a big cut that time.
Yeah, she was swinging for the fences. As now with the runner on second and third, they're looking to open this one up here in the first inning.
Yeah, they want to take control of it for sure.
And so that one's lined softly on the ground to third. And the ruling is safe, so now bases are loaded.
Yeah, well, that's how tie goes to the runner, eh, Bryce?
And here get this, Emily Van Cleef, the red-hot hitter.
Hit the grand slam in the final, Bryce, of the 100 Warren Sussex. Another chance for her to do the same.
Yeah, put that to music. Bases loaded here. No outs in the first inning. Big cut, swing and a miss there. Count is 0-1.
I think maybe she got a piece, but like you said, a huge cut.
Yeah, great bat spin on her as well. That one's ground sharply to third. Plays out home. Out on the force. Base is going to remain loaded now, but first out.
Yeah, it will be a huge relief for Woodbridge if they essentially is able to leave 3 on and only score a run.
Absolutely, and that's a smart play there at the plate there. Bit of a bang-bang play, but able to get her out on a force out as catcher Riley Fela up to the plate here.
She's having 286, 357 slugging. 4 RBIs. She's got a big spot to get a 5th, and even more here.
This counts 1-0. And she swings a high fly ball. This one's going deep out to left, and that one's going to be foul ball.
Straighten that one out. That's looking good.
I actually had the chance to speak with Fela before the game. She talked to me about what winning the county champs was to this team, and she said, I mean, everyone was trying to win it for the seniors, so it was a really great moment for the team as called strike right there, and very happy to get the seniors their 3rd county title.
Yeah, I bet. I mean, 3 county titles, Bryce, is a huge achievement. So dominant this team has been.
Absolutely, as Fela takes a cut there, That one's going to be dropped by the second baseman. So
that's a nice play right there.
force out at second. Way to make the effort there.
Falardeau does get that 5th RBI of the year, so Red Devils up 2-0 here. Good start for them. Lindari Bryce having a great year. She has 2 home runs, both in the first game that we did here against Rids, where she had 2 homers, a double, and a single that day. 235 average for her. Oh, sorry, 250 average, 429 slugging, big power hitter. 13 RBIs as well.
And so that'll be Natalie Lundry up the bat here. Hunterdon Central still looking to tack on some more runs here, as early run support would be great for DeStefano, as that one is lined to the first baseman to end the inning. So Hunterdon Central leads promptly 2-0 to start the first inning. Tyler, what'd you make of that first?
I think they obviously swung the bats well, swung them early too. With started off with Walsh, got a good lead off single, I should say, with the bunt, and then after that, more power hitters started to come up, and they made great contact, seeing the ball really well, really driving it far. But I think they'll be a little disappointed to leave a couple on there, runs that could maybe come back to bite them here. But now they need a field and hopefully tack on some more later. But the way DeStefano's pitching, Bryce, I think 2 runs may even be enough. I mean, she's only at her ERA is 1.48 on the year.
Yeah, she's playing amazing for this year, her senior year. As Hunterdon Central looks to shut down Woodbridge once again here in the second inning. And Abby Rodriguez, the senior, will be up at bat here for Woodbridge to start out the second inning.
Yeah, big power hitter, Bryce. 947 slugging, 439 she's averaging. 29 RBIs, Bryce. 7 home runs for her on the year.
And now the rain's coming down pretty hard here.
Definitely very heavy. See, DeStefano trying to dry her hands, struggling to grip the ball maybe.
First pitch, up the middle, just past the diving.
Zokatara there, tried to get that one.
Rodriguez gets on a first here early for Woodbridge, as that records their first hit of the game here. Up next is Samurai Ortiz.
31 average, 762 slugging for her, Bryce. 15 RBIs, not a runner in scoring position. Still good contact, maybe able to drive her in.
We'll see how DeStefano handles the rain here, as it's definitely a bit wet out here. The forecast definitely did not predict this, as Hunterdon Central looks to protect their 2-0 lead here with a runner on first. This one grounded, and they're gonna go for the double up. They only get the runner out at second.
It was a good play by Van Cleef there to recognize that she could get that out at second, advance that, prevent the runner from advancing, as this rain seems to die down a little. It's still a bit of a problem here, you'd think, for DeStefano trying to grip this ball, trying to dry her hands, do everything she can.
Absolutely here. As Amber Millenberg up to bat here. Called first strike right down the pipe.
Yeah, Millenberg, she struggled. Only 3 hits and 34 at-bats for her. 147 slugging as well. She does have 5 RBIs though, but has not hit the ball too well this year. She needs to start quick here.
As this one up and foul. As the rain continues to come down here promptly. And we'll see what the umps have to say about this. I'm not sure how quick a stoppage of play would happen, as Stefano seemed to lost grip of the pitch there.
And Mr. Spencer may have a word to say about our athletic director here.
And so they're actually swapping off a ball now.
Good decision. Reminds me, Bryce, of that Edison game we did for football back in the fall. It was an absolute torrential downpour.
Absolutely. As DeStefano can't seem to find the zone right now. Could be because of the rain. Obviously, one of the external factors here is that she's swapping out yet again another ball. Fortunately for us, we are under the tent here, so Tyler and I are standing dry, but the rain is continuing, and they're pulling both teams now. See if they can wait out the rain.
Yeah, smart move, Bryce. Tell you what, this is pretty intense.
Absolutely, less than ideal conditions here. Fortunately for us, our HDTV equipment is staying dry, but definitely not the outcome we wanted here today, as we are currently in a rain delay.
Welcome here to HCTV. I'm Tyler Rodriguez, and today we are kind of replaying this game that was obviously rain delayed last Friday. Of course, NJSIAA quarterfinals for North Jersey Section 2 Group 4 here. Hunterdon Central, the 3rd seed, taking on Woodbridge, the 11th seed. Obviously, these two teams were playing that Friday when the skies opened and had to be stopped in the 2nd inning. So we'll pick things up with 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 1 out here in the top of the 2nd inning here for Sarah DeStefano, who is pitching here at the moment. So, certainly something I've never done before, pick up a game kind of the next day or a couple days later. But we're starting off here with Sarah DeStefano leading things off for the Red Devils on the mound, or on the hill I should say, and Woodbridge will be batting first here. These two teams have only ever played once before, back in 2011, and Central won by a score of 9-0. That first pitch is fouled away. And that pitch is low there on Ortiz. Maria Ortiz up for Woodbridge, the Warriors. Oh, now it's popped up towards Lindari, and that will be fouled away. So count is full. Ortiz batting .381, .762 slugging as well. Homered 4 times, has 15 RBIs this year. Scored 14 runs as well. Batting in the 5th hole, Samira Ortiz, I should say. And it's DeStefano deals full count. Grounded out there, they get 1 at second, and they get the second. So just like that, the Red Devils, 1 batter out of the inning there. Beautifully done there for Hunterdon Central. It worked very well, that one. Avery Spolter made the initial play and was able to get the first out, and then throw it over to Lindari for the second one to turn 2. It was Zoe Totaro there playing shortstop. She's just fielding today. It'll be Samantha Del Hoyo, designated hitting, I should say. Playing on that DH role, coming back from that injury. Obviously not fully ready yet to field, but Zoe Totaro's done very well there. Obviously Totaro playing there at short, and of course Avery Spolter second. Lindari always at first for the Red Devils. DeStefano on the hill. Faela will be playing, of course, as the catcher. And Emily Van Cleef, Hunter Warren Sussex MVP final. MVP of the final, I should say, playing at third baseman. It's of course Emily Walsh that leads things off for the Red Devils in left field. So Totaro, Celia Totaro in center field, and Corgilio playing over there in right field. And for the Red Devils, it will be Celia Totaro batting 9th for the Red Devils, leading things off. And Celia Totaro, another one who's having a great year. 420 average, 520 slugging. She's dangerous too when she gets on base, has 8 stolen bases. And Celia Totaro will lead things off for the Red Devils. Big spot for her, of course, here to kind of get things started. Basically, leading off, you could say, the second inning, but really leading off what feels like a new game. And it's Rackett on the mound or on the hill, I should say. Madison Rackett, the junior, has a 3.09 ERA. Pitching this one today, starting this one off. And that one's hit really well, and that will drop there. Sorry, that was actually Avery Spalter there. Now it's Steely Tatar, Avery Spalter. Tell you what, made the out to end the inning, made the initial out at second to turn 2, and now gets a leadoff single here. Now it's Steely Tatar. And that one's bunted. It's fair. Tataro will get the first. Throw is not good, and Spalter can advance herself to third. Now that brings Emily Walsh up. Great bunt there by Celie Tataro. Avery Spalter gets a much-needed hit. She's only had 4 hits on the year. Gets her 5th, and now she's at third. It's Tataro up first. Emily Walsh. Big spot here for her. A chance to get her 12th RBI of the year. She steps out. And a set play there for Woodbridge. Try to get the out at home. Does not work. Red Devils get the steal there. Tataro's 9th steal of the year. Oh, that's hit really well by Emily Walsh, but it's foul there down that first base line. So the count is 1-1 for Madison Rackett, the junior. Already in a tough spot. Walsh hits the ground ball to short. The throw is home, and she's safe. So Walsh does get her 12th RBI of the year. Avery Spalter able to score. That brings up Samantha Del Hoyo. 443 average, 623 slugging, 27 hits on the year. 4-year varsity player, Samantha Del Hoyo for the Red Devils. Has 1 runner on base. It's Tataro at second. First pitch is a strike. 0-1. 1 out for Woodbridge. A 1-1. Madison Rackett has to fight here. And that one's fouled over there by the third base line near Brandon Padre, Chase Moskowitz, and Mike Cantiliano. Some members of course, the boys baseball team who are going deep into their playoff run as well. They'll be playing Friday, I'm pretty sure. Chance for them to win states. Of course, this technically is, I guess, a sectionals game, but of course, straight path for them. For the winner of this tournament in this sectionals, to straight path for them to states. So in a way, this is every game up until now will be for states. Oh, there's an error there at first. Tataro certainly is quick. She scores with ease. So big turn of events there. Del Hoyo put one in play, but really wasn't the best one. And in the end, it was not fielded there by Kraft at the first base. So an error by Amelia Kraft, the first baseman, the senior, uncharacteristic by her. Allows 1 run to score. Del Hoyo on base. Sarah DeStefano, the pitcher, up now, and she hits one in the hole between right and center. Del Hoyo will reach third at least, and she pushes for home, and she's out. Greatly executed there by the Warriors. Del Hoyo was very ambitious, tell you what. And she gets out there, but great contact by Sarah DeStefano. It was a good heads-up play there. But Morales, the shortstop, was the cutoff person and couldn't believe that Del Hoyo was turning to home, so she just threw it there and was able to get that out. That one's popped up really high to third base, and it's fielded cleanly, as that will end the inning there, as Ortiz able to make the final play. So 2 runs score for the Red Devils. And now They take a 4-0 lead going into this one. This is the third inning, our first full inning here. And I think a little disappointed for the Red Devils to leave one on. Certainly disappointed for Del Hoyle, who recently got her 100th hit. She went home. But it was a great tag there laid down by their catcher, Mittenberg. And now, could have been more, but they'll have to settle for the 4-0 lead, which certainly is not that bad. The way DeStefano's been pitching, has a 1.43 ERA. Doesn't give up too many runs. So you think this should be enough for the Red Devils? Well, of course, they will be hungry to get more runs. And so, final throw is being made by Faella. Of course, the outfielders meeting for the Red Devils. And now we look ready to get things started again here in this third inning. Big mound or big meeting here at the pitcher's circle for the Red Devils. It's Montalvo up for the Warriors, trying to get the bats started for them. They desperately need to get some runs and need some quickly. This pitch is great from Stefano, very quick and a strike down the middle. Gabriela Montalvo, the freshman, 312 average, 396 slugging, has a homer and 7 RBIs on the year. And this one's grounded out there, and its play is made very easily there for Celia Totaro. Where Avery Spalter makes it again. Avery Spalter does really well. Good fielder, tell you what, got the first out, gets this one here. It's Rackett up. Kylie Rackett, 344 average, 410 slugging, facing DeStefano. And they've hit a lot over to that second base side. Avery Spalter's been busy, certainly. Just made 2 outs. Obviously was able to score last inning, get a vital hit last inning as well. Both of the Red Devils fielded very well. That one's hit high. Giglio, oh, diving catch, and she makes it. Cora Giglio, tell you what, laid out, but did brilliantly there. Cora Giglio, it was hit short, great read. Always take your first step back as an outfielder, obviously, but then able to come in and then just lay out and make the beautiful grab there. And that's the type of effort they're going to need if they want to go deep into this state playoffs here. So a couple pitches, no, 2 outs. Gianna Orton up for these Warriors. Still have not gotten a hit yet. She's struggling as well. Only 6 hits on the year, 182 average. Has a 273 slugging at 33 at bats, the junior. Stefano deals. And it's inside, but paints the corners brilliantly. Count is 1-2. And swing and a miss, strike 3. Sarah DeStefano in her bag to get the final out of this inning. So, no runs, no hits, and the Red Devils in control here, going into the bottom of the third. As again, they're always this team. What I've noticed about them is they're a very cohesive unit. Energy in the dugout. If things are going wrong, they meet at the mound, or at the circle rather, before they go up to hit. Always meeting for each inning. They're always meeting. They're always communicating with each other. Now it's a big spot for them here. Obviously in control of this game, but they need to do a lot more, you would think, to really put this one to bed. But they've been hitting really well. They're seeing the ball really well, certainly, against Madison Rackett, who you would think isn't the best pitcher compared to Sarah DiStefano. Obviously, ERA 3.09, higher compared to DiStefano's 1.48, and she's pitched not even half the innings, pitched about 55.2 innings, or 56.2, I should say. Stefano pitched 118, so they certainly, you would feel coming in this one on paper at least, would win the pitching battle. It's all about the hits, though. It's all about the bats, and the Red Devils have worked them early. Let's see if they can work them here again in the bottom of the third inning. So Emily Van Cleef, Hunterdon Celtics MVP. Had won 5 for 5 that game with a grand slam, couple doubles as well. Only had 21 at bats this whole year, but she's averaging 476 and a 905 slugging. Has 2 homers, 13 RBIs as well, and very impressive stuff from the freshman. And of course, way has been paid for her by her peers on this team. DiStefano, Del Hoyo, both were on the team as a freshman. And now Van Cleef following in her path. Now Van Cleef, she's got a great hold of this one. It's high, it's far, and it's gone. Emily Van Cleef, tell you what, she's been hitting great this year. That one jumped off the bat, and the Red Devils get their first run of this third inning, courtesy of a Van Cleef bomb here, hit deep to left field. Beautifully done there by Emily Van Cleef, seeing the ball great at the moment. That one was hit far, probably cleared the fence by a couple feet at least. So Van Cleef, batting 5th in this one, gets the home run. Now Riley Faella, the catcher, tough to follow that one up. You would feel Faella batting 286, 357 this year. He's been a consistent player in the lineup for them this whole year. And that one, she takes a good ball there. That one low in the dirt for Faella. 1-0 the count. And that one is high as well. Count is 2-0. So Rackett now really struggling. Gives up the home run. Didn't help last inning, obviously Kraft made the error. And that one's hit really well likewise, but that time a good catch made there in center field by Rodriguez there in center field, able to haul that one in. Unlucky for Faella. Anytime you line out, just super disappointing. Obviously you get good contact and just can't quite get it to drop in the hole, but Abby Rodriguez was there for the easy play. Of course, it was Amelia Kraft, I should say, last inning with the error. And you feel Rackett struggling a bit at the mound, needs a lot of help from her fielders, cannot be making cheap errors. And that pitch is inside on Natalie Lundari, another senior member for this Hunterdon Central Red Devils team. She's batting 250, 429 average as well. Has the 2 homers that we saw here against Ridge. Had a double and a single that game as well. Won 4 for 4, 3-0 the count on her. And that one's a strike. 3-1. Lundari in a good spot. And Lundari takes that one for the walk. So, just like that, Avery Spolter, who led things off, is back up again. Took him an inning, and the Red Devils bat the order. Spolter fielded two great balls, 2 great ground balls, I should say, for a couple outs. And this one been busy fielding, and certainly hit the ball well. A hit in her first at bat. That one's low. Lundari took a big lead in steal. And Spalter grounds one out. They get the 1 out at second. It was good fielding there by the Warriors, but the throw was a bit high. As Morales initially threw the ball, the second was a bit high, her throw, and then the second one was not in time. So runner does not advance, but does bring up Celia Tataro, who got that nice bunt single her first time up. Tara, a very strong batter to end the lineup, batting 420, 520 slugging as well. Oh, Tataro gets a great hold of this one. That's hitting to left. And Spalter can round. She'll reach third on her feet. That's a dead ball. And Avery Spalter can advance. And Tataro then will advance. So she'll get to third. So Tesselia Tataro with a triple. Her first triple of the year. Or double, really, I should say, with an error. But she does. Nonetheless, she does get the third, and Spalter able to score. So again, another cheap error from the Warriors. And now it's Emily Walsh. Grounds that one out. Or foul, I should say. And that's inside on Walsh, count 1-1. And Walsh, again, just needs to straighten it out. Second one, she's fouled out towards that first baseline. And Walsh this time fouls one out towards the third baseline. Still she fights in this 1-2 count. Has Tataro in a great spot on third. Just needs to get some contact, you would feel. 2 outs though, can't get the sac fly obviously. Count is 2-2. Here's a 2-2, it's low, count is full. Now Walsh able to ground this one up. It gets through Morales. Tataro will score, and Emily Walsh will reach first. So Emily Walsh again, her second RBIs, has 13 now, second in this game, and Morales cannot make the play. The shortstop, Vanessa Morales, has played great so far in terms of fielding this game. Is a good fielder, but even that one was perfectly placed by Walsh to get up the middle in the hole. So now it's Del Hoyo. One out on Del Hoyo. Red Devils lead by 7 runs to nothing. Walsh will steal, throws high. And she could have gone to third, but decided not to. So Emily Walsh gets her 5th stolen base of the year to go along now with the 20 hits and 13 RBIs. And that's way high by Madison Rackett, who struggled a lot. Two on the count for Del Hoyo. Gets a great hold of that one, but great fielding there by first baseman for the Warriors. Emilia Kraft there. Of course, Emilia Kraft made the error, but that time gets it's I'll tell you what, good backhand there by Emilia Kraft there to get the out. And it wasn't just her with the error. It's again another error this inning by the Warriors. Rackett's struggling, but they can't seem to help her out in the fielding terms. Of course, when you have a pitcher that's struggling, it's just super difficult for her. Needs a lot of help from her fielders. Obviously, I would like to take the time to just acknowledge the weather here today. Some beautiful cirrus clouds out. It's very blue, a picture-perfect day. The grass is green. The diamond is, the dirt just looks beautiful, I'll tell you what. And the weather's very nice as well. Nice and sunny, about 70 degrees. A light breeze as well. Remember we came here, our first couple games I was shivering, but now it's just absolutely exquisite, the weather. The vegetation is blooming. Green trees all around here in Hunterdon Central. But, I'm going to tell you what, I love looking at the weather and the vegetation, but it's hard to take your eyes off this game. The way the Red Devils are swinging the bats and the way DeStefano's pitching is just sensational. So now it's the battle of the pitchers. Madison Racket up. And Racket fouls that one back. Racket batting .344, .410 slugging. And she hits that one well, but straight to Giglio, who made the diving grab. And now has a first out. That one rather more simple for her of this game. Of course, it was Giglio who had a 3-run home run, went 1 for 2. It was last Tuesday, or I guess, yes, last Tuesday I should say, where the Red Devils beat Franklin 9-0. Giglio 1 for 2 in that one. A 3-run home run. It was the Red Devils only gave up 1 hit that whole game. It was DeStefano obviously pitching, but also Julia Pfeiffer, and DeStefano again is pitching lights out here. Also giving up many hits. Now it's hit. That one's hit well. Could it drop? Oh, Spalter. Exquisite play there by Avery Spalter. That one landed right in the breadbasket for her. Able to make that grab. A little snow cone action on that one. So 2 outs here. That one against Morales, Vanessa Morales, who's a very good hitter. 351 average, 491 slugging, but that one couldn't drop in. Now it's first baseman Amelia Kraft, who's averaging 525 and 754 slugging this year. Has 3 homers and 20 RBIs. I mean, tell you what a year she's having, the senior. By far their best hitter, Amelia Kraft. But DeStefano doing really well. She's feeling it, you can say, just controlling the pace, really in her rhythm. She gets a swing and a miss. That time count is 1-1. That one's hit really hard by Kraft towards Giglio, who's fielded sensationally all game and gets that out. And a 1-2-3 inning yet again for the Red Devils, who lead this one 7-0 going into the bottom of the 4th. At this rate, they could get the mercy win here. And talked about obviously that Franklin game. It was a big win, obviously, for the Red Devils. They only gave up the 1 hit. Sonia Klein also had a 3-run home run. She went 1 for 1. And Samantha De Hoya also went 2 for 4. And it was the first game in this tournament in the first round. It was for the Red Devils when they beat Franklin 9-0. The first game for the Warriors was against Scotts Plains Fanwood, who they beat 14-2 in the first round. They've won 3 out of the last 5 of the Warriors, but Central in great form, winning 4 out of the last 5. Both teams are 3rd in their divisions. Of course, Central and the Skyline Delaware 3rd out of 9 teams, and then the GMC White, it is Woodbridge who's 3rd out of 8 teams. They're 10-5 in GMC, 13-7 overall. Woodbridge 9-4 in the GMC White. Central 16-5 overall, and 8-4 in the Skyline Conference, as well as in the Skyline Delaware, where they sit 3rd. But now that's not too important. It's all about the postseason, all about states for them, and they're certainly looking like they'll reach the semis with a comfortable style here. So batting brilliantly at the moment. And there's Sarah DeStefano facing Racket, another battle of these pitchers. And that one's hit well into center, and the play is made there. Made there by Abby Rodriguez in center, who's been busy as well. So Cordelia made a couple good plays. He's been hitting the ball really well. Big power hitter. She's up now. Wonder if how long they leave Racket out for. They do have Kylie Racket, the freshman, who can pitch. They have Emilia Kraft as well, who can pitch. But so far, Taylor Racket's done well this inning, gets the second out in this inning so far as the wind starts to pick up here. My papers are blowing. Items are falling over. That play was made by Ortiz there at third. Throw it over to Kraft. And Van Cleef homer their first time out again. Slow roll to Ortiz. And Samira Ortiz finishes his 1-2-3 inning. So it's maybe 3-4 pitches, and looks like that. That's a pretty quick inning. Not what the Red Devils were looking for, but certainly what the Warriors needed. So the Red Devils take the field once again here in the top of the 5th inning. So the staff now still there at the circle as our boys baseball team to the left of us walks over to go to the diamond for their practice. And the staff now looking for another quick inning. She's made light work of this lineup, but faces Abby Rodriguez. Another great hitter for them, averaging 439, 947 average. And as a team, the Warriors average 322 and 501 slugging. And Central as a team, averaging 329 and a 488 slugging. So both teams, tell you what, their averages are pretty close. Central just beating them slightly in terms of getting more hits, but it's been basically evenly matched. But it's the Red Devils who are dominating things today in terms of the hits, and certainly in the pitching category. The staff now has been really, really good. That one she throws a little low. 1-0 the count. And that one's high again. Was definitely close. 2 balls and a strike. Stefano deals. Swing and a miss. Off speed by Stefano. Baseball team loving that one. Stefano, I'll tell you what, his off-speed pitches are killers. And she's certainly been able to put the ball where she wants with the right amount of pace to get a bunch of strikes, and a bunch of strikes out as she gets another one there. Sarah Stefano been pitching brilliantly. Baseball team loving that one. Stefano now has almost 150 strikeouts in the year. It's Ortiz who made 2 outs last inning. She's at bat, averages 381, 762 slugging. A lot of high averages in this lineup for the Warriors, but none of them hitting early. Have had a single runner on this game. Well, except when they started, of course. The Red Devils got the double play. That one's tipped back. Count 0-2. Stefano in control. Stefano deals low, 1-2. And that one's grounded out towards Lundari, and lucky for it was foul. And it's been a couple cheap errors, I think, from the Red Devils. A couple games we've done here that have killed them a bit, especially in that Phillipsburg game. A couple made 3 errors, leading to 3 runs. Do not want that to happen again. That time Lundari gets saved. Stefano Dio, swing and a miss by Samiro Ortiz. Sarah DeStefano, 2 strikeouts in a row. 2 outs as well here in this one. It's DeStefano who's been pitching just breathtaking the way she's been pitching. Now faces what you would think would be her next victim, Amber Mittenberg, who's struggled mightily this year, batting .088, 3 hits, 147 slugging, but only 3 hits in 34 attempts, giving her a .088 average. And when you're struggling, you certainly don't want to be facing Sarah DeStefano, but that's where Amber Mittenberg finds herself in right now. The catcher versus the pitcher here. Stefano deals another strike. Count is 1-2. There's a 1-2. That's low. Count is even. Two. It's hit high towards Lundari and Spalter, and it's Spalter who catches it out of midair to end the 1-2-3 inning yet again for the Red Devils, as they're just feeling it at the moment, loving life, going into the bottom of the 5th inning, up 7-0. So we're back here for the start of this bottom of, I guess it's the 6th. They have a 6th inning up there. I think it's the bottom of the 5th though. Yes, they just changed that. Of course, a very hot day as Racket struggling, really struggling. Hits File there. So 1 pitch, 1 runner on. Madison Racket only hit 3 batsmen this year. Hits her 4th there. And Fiala reaches first by the hit pitch. It's her first hit by pitch she's had all year. Only had 3 walks as well. Like I said, a very hot day. Shout out to Chloe for giving me some water and a little intermission. Gotta stay hydrated out here, of course. Now it's Stephanie Sawicki up for the Red Devils. She's in for Natalie Lundari. Sawicki only had 4 at-bats this year, had a hit, averaging 250 slugging as well, the senior. That one's low. And again, the dugout bouncing there for the Red Devils. Just seem like they have so much fun. And Sawicki's hit as well, so 2 hitters hit in a row. Sawicki has 3 walks this year, And now gets hit by a pitch now, so again we'll reach. Avery Spalter, who's had a great day, up now. 3 runs would win it for the Red Devils by the mercy rule. Racket seems to be struggling at the moment, throws that one high. Two oh the count now, as the dugout tells us here. So many chances they have, it's just crazy to me. Seem like they have so much fun though, I have to say. Spalter, if I was that one back, obviously that's they should have a lot of fun. They should be loving life up. 7 runs. Spalter, fly ball towards Rodriguez, and no one will tag. So Spalter flies out that time, bringing up Celia Totaro. Very strong hitter to end the lineup for the Red Devils. And now the Warriors will have a meeting at the mound here. It's Courtney Mugatroyd, the head coach for the Warriors, talking things over. Appears like she's not going to make the change in pitching. So Nicole Pontecorvo up for the Red Devils. Or Pontecorvo, I should say, my bad. She's averaging 400 and a 400 slugging as well. Great year for her, 4 hits and 10 at-bats. All singles, she has 10 runs as well. And 2 RBIs for Pontecorvo. So not too many at-bats, but she's been efficient when she's had them. This one she grounds out. But it's Sawiki who will reach second. And it's Fila who can just coast home in the end. Sawicki there ran rather quickly towards second and put the pressure on the Warriors, who do not secure the easy throw. Another error, and now 2 runners on there. Pontecorvo and Sawicki, as Fila, I should say, is easy. Fila scores easily for the Red Devils, and now that brings up
Mercy rule is the same in the playoff, right? I'm pretty sure it is. Okay.
Emily Walsh, I think. Oh, sorry, it's Julia Pfeiffer, I should say, who's batting for Emily Walsh. Pfeiffer averaging 333 slugging as well, down towards Abby Rodriguez. So still the winning run is at first base, as that brings up Samantha Del Hoyo. Now hitter recently reached the 100 hit mark. Obviously, it's the 13 RBIs this year, 7 stolen bases as well, 443 average, 623 slugging, had 2 hits in the last game. And that one drops in the hole, so Wiki will reach third. She'll stop there, so bases loaded up for Sarah DiStefano. So now the winning run is in scoring position at second for Sarah DiStefano, who has 28 RBIs on the year coming into this one. DeStefano, that one's hit, and it will hit the wall on the fly. As the Hoyle stops, and that I think should be the end of this one, as the Red Devils are up by 10. And that one was hit super hard there by DeStefano. Hit the fence on a fly. And I think the umps are talking things over if they think that should be the end. And that appears to me as if the game is over. So got here at 2:30, and tell you what, game over in a matter of 40 minutes or so. Very quickly done by the Red Devils. They made light work of these Warriors, mercying them 10-0. They'll move on to the semifinals. And it was a great performance for them. They'll play the winner of Elizabeth, the 2 seed, and JP Stevens, the 10th seed, tomorrow. Guys got the huge win. You're moving on now to the next round here, trying to make this run for states. What does it mean for you, this win, but also going forward? I mean, it's been a great season for you guys. You've led this team on the mound, but also hitting as well. You've done really well. What has the season meant for you so far up to this point?
I think it's been a really good season. We've all had each other's backs, and even from the beginning, I think we've had like really great team chemistry, which is really important.
So now you play the winner, obviously, of the JP Stevens Elizabeth game. Obviously play that one tomorrow. It's a huge game for you guys now going into semifinals. A big game, the biggest you've had all year. What's the preparation going to be like for that game?
We just have to go in knowing to play our game, and if we go in playing our game, we should have no problems.
Sarah, thank you so much, and congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
So that's it for us here on HGTV on this edition of Softball. Tune in tomorrow for some girls lacrosse action. Of course, have some postseason action from the rest of the week. Board meeting tonight as well, I'm pretty sure. But thank you so much for everyone for tuning in. Thank you to Chloe for filming with us today. Mr. Johnson here as well. Mr. S, of course, preparing things for us. And of course, thank you for tuning in to all the viewers out there, and have a wonderful rest of your day.